Hey, you're listening to the Smoke Meat Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Pittman. Smoke Meat was brought to you by Joe's Underground at the corner of 8th and Broad in Augusta, Georgia, in the bottom of the Lamar building. Joe's is a great place. Jeremy and the gang always make you feel like you're at home the first time you walk in to every time you walk in. So go on down there and make some new friends, sit down and have some drinks with some old ones. Just have a good time. That's Joe's Underground at the corner of 8th and Broad in Augusta, Georgia. Remember, I goes to Joe's and so should you. That's Joe's Underground, the corner of 8th and Broad, in the bottom of the Lamar Building, Augusta, Georgia. Today, my guest is Miss Angela Joseph, one of the producers of the Clown Motel. Right now, they're actually filming Clown Motel 2, and it's going to be so amazing from what I've seen and heard from it. Just looking forward to it. If you haven't seen Clown Motel, you need to get out there and watch it. It's everywhere. We're going to get this piece kicked off tonight with Angela Joseph on the Smoked Meat Podcast. How you doing today, Angela?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Any better? I would be twins.
I have two sets of twins. Funny you say that.
Oh, Lord. Ooh, I can barely handle the two kids I got. I can imagine either one of them being twins, let alone both of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's been a ride. It's been an adventure.
oh man. That's making my skin crawl thinking about two sets of twins. I couldn't imagine. Holy crap.
And a single. And a single. So I think I was built for motherhood, I guess.
Hey, it works. Like I tell everybody, I wouldn't take $1 billion for either of my kids, but I wouldn't give a nickel for 20 more just like them.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
That's the way to look at it. That sure is.
Yeah. I tell you, you've been busy. I watched some of your work this weekend. I watched Clown Motel. That was
Oh,
awesome.
thank you so much.
That was amazing. I had a ball watching that thing. I actually watched it while I was at work. I sat in the front
Oh,
seat of my
wow.
ambulance watching it whenever I was able to between calls.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, yeah, I dig it.
What was your favorite? What was your favorite line?
My favorite line, let me think. I liked when Ham turned around and said, "What do we have here?" That was creepy.
What do we have here?
Yes, that was
Good
creepy.
old him. Yes, he did a great job. He did a great job.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
get a chance, you should pick up the DVD, and there's some extra deleted scenes, and they have hamming it up with Hammy on the
Mhm.
DVD. It's a lot of fun.
Oh hell. Oh man. Where can I get the DVD? Because I want one.
Actually, you can get that on the Indiegogo campaign that we've got running right now.
Mm-hmm.
For Cloud Motel and compatible finishing funds. There's some DVD packages up there.
Outstanding. I will be getting me a DVD because I got to see more. I'm ready for the rest of them to come on out and check them out because oh man, that was awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
the clowns have arisen.
Oh yes, they have, and it's funny. I am actually a certified clown, and
That's so awesome.
yeah, Murray was actually the voice was my first clown I did. I learned to do clowning for fire safety.
Oh,
Because,
wow.
yeah, whenever I have a group of kids, if I'm in uniform, I would have them for like 10 minutes at the most, if that's their attention span. But as a clown, you got
Hmm.
them all day long. So,
Oh, yes.
my first clown's name was actually Murray, and Murray's voice was this. And, yeah, I decided I could not do him as my kid's clown because, as you know, Murray's voice lends itself to cussing really big.
Yes.
Didn't want to get up there on stage in front of 1,000 kids and accidentally say, "Stop, drop, and roll, you little bastards." That would be a bad thing. That would be bad.
They might have gotten a kick out of it, and they sure would have listened, but you might have got some calls from some parents.
Yeah, one or two, I think.
Yes,
So,
honest you.
so I had to retire Murray from the fire service, and I made myself another clown named Emmett, E-M apostrophe T for EMT, and he was fun. I do
Oh,
magic and balloons and all that good stuff. But I love doing it. But man, these clowns, whoo, son,
I know it.
I love them.
What'd you think of Golden Ages?
Hmm? Oh, Golden Age was
Golden Ages.
rough.
Yeah. He
Oh,
was, I think, one of the creepiest clowns.
oh man. Yeah, it's funny. I always thought Murray was one of a kind. No, Murray found kindred spirits.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
Yes,
indeed.
the clown world is deep.
Yes, it is. Oh, yeah. And, because of, different movies, and hell, even before the movies, I've learned one thing. If you like clowns, you like them. If you're afraid of them, you are terrified of them. There's no in between. No, there's nobody that can just give or take a clown. They don't care either way. And when you're scared of
That's
them,
true.
holy crap, it's awesome.
Yes. But then you got to face your fears, right?
Definitely, definitely. And it's funny, my kids, they don't really like clowns very much, but they've seen me put on the makeup and everything so many times they don't care.
Well, that's good. That's good. Respect the clown.
Exactly, exactly. So, what gave y'all the idea to do the Clown Motel?
Now, that would be a Joseph Kelly and Dave Bailey driving on a road trip back from a horror festival, and they passed the Clown Motel. And the research began. There's a lot of nice history of Tonopah in that movie.
Hmm.
If you look for Easter eggs, that cemetery is real, and it is a historical cemetery from 1901 to 1911, only 10 years, and then it filled up due to the death toll in the gold mines with the Tonopah fire.
Hmm.
So you've got a lot of lost souls down there in that cemetery that were killed in the mines.
Hmm. Man. Well, I know. I think I was reading somewhere. Didn't y'all stay out there while y'all were filming it?
Of course.
Now, I remember seeing this on Ghost Adventures where they investigated because they say the
Yes.
place is haunted. Did y'all have anything cool happen?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Hammy would have a good story for you. Maybe you can get him on here one day.
Oh, that.
But yeah, because Hammy is actually in real life Johnny Karate is
Hmm.
a paranormal ghost hunter. So he has some activity in his room. I myself am a little empathic, so I'd done my research prior to going down, and I went down with my daughters, Brandy and Brittany, the twins,
Hmm.
and I brought my sage, and I staged the room before I allowed the girls to go in. I
Hmm.
also brought 6 clowns down that were given to me by family here in Colorado, and also that I picked up um, along the way. And I had them stay in my room with me, the clowns that I brought, until we checked out. And when we checked out, I checked those clowns in the lobby.
Oh, that's cool. That
So
is
I left
so cool.
6 guys down there, and we'll see how many I bring when we go this
Oh man, that is cool. I like that a lot.
time.
And you talk about saging the place. We've
Yes.
only I used to ghost hunt a lot, and we had a place in a little bitty town called Boneville, and everybody called it the Boneville Mansion, the old Dixie Inn. It was just a big old 2-story house that was basically a shell of a house. It was old,
Uh huh.
and we got so much good stuff out of there. I got so many EVPs and things. But we went in one night, and we took a friend with us who was even more. He took the more spiritual approach to it than we did. And he walked in and started smudging the place, and every door
Hmm.
in that damn building slammed at once. It was wild.
Ooh.
So you
Ooh.
were on here with a believer, that is for sure.
Hmm.
But that was
Oh
so
yeah.
funky there. I've never smudged anywhere else after that.
Oh wow. Yeah, you definitely want to smudge. Definitely want to smudge, and it doesn't matter if I stay in the same room. When I go back, I still will. I'll bring the same sage
Hmm.
with me, the same stick. I haven't had to smudge many places, and that was the main one.
Hmm.
and wanted to make sure that, nothing negative attached
Yeah.
and went home with us,
Yeah.
which we're all fine. We've all been blessed. I would like to see some decorations in that cemetery. I think it would brighten it up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I tell you, I've only had one thing. I won't even say it attached. Is it just kind of came home for a minute, but it was a little
Mhm.
girl, and it was weird. We have another place there called the Rock House, and we actually got permission to go because it's the oldest freestanding place in Georgia. I mean, it's still just like it was built. It's obviously rocks.
Wow.
And we went into the basement first and came upstairs. And when you listen to the tapes, when we go in the basement, you hear a little voice every time I talk go, Pa? And as we go in through the house, we go up to the attic finally, and we've got another guy with us. Him and his wife had never been, and they wanted to try ghost writing. Well, I don't believe in ghost writing because you're holding the pen. You're just writing sloppy. I don't believe in it. And
Right.
I said, all right, I'm going to be the skeptic here. I'm turning around. I'm going to hold up some fingers, write down how many I'm holding up. And I held up 3 fingers, and somebody said, 3? I said, really? Okay, how about we do it again? So I did 4 fingers, and no, I did 3. Yeah, I did 3 more fingers. And he wrote down 3 lines. I'm like, okay, you guessed. And I did what I call the public safety gang sign, which you make 911 out of your fingers. And on the
Uh-huh.
tape, you hear this little girl's voice say, "Why a 9, Pa?" I'm like, okay, creepy enough. But a couple days later, I was at home and I was feeling bad. I wanted to just stay in the house, go to sleep. I was sick. And my wife took our kids to my in-laws' house for the day. And I called her and I said, why didn't you take Maddie with you? I don't feel good. I can't watch her because she was real small at the time. She said, Maddie's right here. I was like,
Uh-huh.
no, she keeps running up and down the hall and then hiding from me. She's like, no, I swear she's here with me. And she put Maddie on the phone. I'm like, well, ain't that some shit?
Oh
So,
boy.
and, when we moved, whatever it was came with us because they would turn our laundry room light on and off whenever I would tell it to. And that was kind of creepy, but it was funny. But it's been a
Yes,
long time
yes.
since we've seen or heard anything from it.
Well, she probably crossed over.
Yeah. Yeah, just needed to turn on some lights, and she was good.
Yeah, sometimes they just need to be acknowledged.
Yeah.
That's what I've found. Like just bringing children down in that environment, I wanted to make sure that my girls were, of course, of age, but I still wanted to make sure that nothing, attached and that everybody, spirit-wise down there knew that we weren't trying to desecrate or make fun of or, you know, we meant no harm.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is very important because, like I said, a lot of people go into it and play and all that, and when I do it, we're serious. I joke around. I mean, you've seen my sense of humor already, and
Hmm.
yeah, you got to be serious because you piss something off you can't see, not good.
You don't know what door you've opened. You have to always be very careful with open doors.
Yeah, because you might be able to open it, you can't close it though.
That's for sure.
Oh,
That's for sure.
but yeah, I told you this thing steers itself all over the place. It
Yes, that's great.
it definitely
Smoked meat.
does.
Where'd you come up with that? The name of the show is amazing.
Okay, well here it is. I had it's kind of not really a dark story, but it's a good story. Around 5 years ago, I actually had 2 strokes. My first one I didn't know I had. My second one I was on the ambulance when I had it, and I started stuttering real bad. That was one of the main things that happened with me. I got lucky; it didn't get me physically, but it scrambled my eggs really good.
Uh-huh.
And for 4 or 5 months after that, I couldn't work. So I was at home, physically doing fine, but mentally I had holes in my memory, things like that, and I had to stutter. And to center me, I have a cook shack out there behind my house. It's got my grill and my smokers and
Okay.
all that stuff. And I had a friend who loves to hunt, and he doesn't like wild game. So he would either get a deer or a hog, and he would call me and my other friend who would come get me. We'd go get the deer or hog, and we'd process it. Well,
Okay.
I got tired of just quartering it up and cutting hams and the general things everybody does with them. And I decided to learn to make sausages and all that good stuff. And I make my own pastrami out of deer. I make summer sausage, brat, andouille, pepperoni, you name it. But that helped
Wow.
heal me, so I called it smoked meat.
Oh, nice. That's a great story.
Well, thank you.
Yes, that's very nice.
Yeah, I'm actually coming up on my 1 year anniversary of the podcast. I realized today.
Congratulations.
Yep, thank you very, very much. But yeah, this is what I do in my spare time to kind of wind down from work. And I love it because I get to talk to really cool people. And I don't feel like I do interviews. I feel like I make friends.
Exactly. That's what it is. I really appreciate you having me on the show.
Oh, anytime, anytime. But yeah, I hate those shows that you listen to it and it's the guy with the radio voice going, "So, tell me about Clown Motel." Uh huh. Why,
Yeah.
yes. Who are your co stars? I hate that crap.
Yeah, no kidding. No
And
kidding.
and I listen to a
Get real.
lot of shows because I'll listen to podcasts on my way back and forth to work, and
Hmm.
everybody gets asked the same thing on every show. You can listen to. I love Howie Mandel, and I listened to his one of his interviews he had done with him, and I'm like, that was cool. I'm going to find another one. And the next three that I listened to, all of them were the same questions that were being asked of him, and he sounded so bored answering those things. And I decided
Aw,
my
that's so
guess would
good.
not be that way. Yeah,
Non-scripted is often better,
e-
much better.
exactly. I like to. I write down little notes just here and there as I'm going beforehand,
Hmm.
and we just kind of roll. Because
That works for me.
it's just fun.
It
It's
really is.
because I and
Being a part of Clown Motel truly has had an impact on our family's life. We really appreciate the filmmakers that we met and have become our film family
Mhm.
through working on that project.
Yeah, yeah, and it's a lot of fun, and I know people don't realize how much work it is. I
Hmm.
just the little things I've done, my little videos, and I've been an extra in two movies. One of them,
Okay.
remember a movie called Fled, had Lawrence Fishburne and Stephen Baldwin in it. Um,
Okay.
I was in that. Its one fatal flaw was it opened on the same weekend as Independence Day. So
So that's why, yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
but just our couple of days being there, we were the ambulance that was on standby on the scene, and they said we need a paramedic over here for this shot. So next thing you know, I'm in the movie,
Nice.
and that was so cool. I was zipping up a body bag, and I zipped that thing probably 40 times for a half a second shot.
You got it though.
Yeah, I mean, and they just wanted different angles and all this. And Ken
Yeah,
Jenkins,
yes.
the doctor from Scrubs, one of the main doctors from Scrubs, he was like a foot from me. He'd look at the guy, and then I would close the bag and zip it up. They'd yell cut and say, "All right, unzip the bag." I'd unzip it. The guy could breathe, and I said, "All right, well, let's do it like this," and just over and over and over. But
Hmm.
that's what it takes sometimes.
And it looks good on film.
Yeah, especially the guy zipping the body bag. You can tell that's my wrist. Oh yeah. And then me
Exactly.
standing in the background talking to somebody without talking was so weird.
Oh, yes, pantomime.
Yes, that was so weird. Oh man.
If you get really good at pantomime, you end up in a lot of shots. My family and I have done a lot of background work,
Hmm.
and we end up with our faces in every movie, and it's phenomenal.
It's
Our
so
most
cool.
recent one was Amateur, which Netflix shot out here with Brian White
Uh-huh.
and Michael, was it Rainey, the one from Orange Is the New Black,
I know you
the
talking about.
kid. Yes, and we had a great time on that set, and we were in so many different scenes and worked with them, for so many different days. It was just so fun, and my grandson is in it. My son's Brandon and Robert and Ryan, my brother, my daughters Brandy and Brittany. The whole family came out for that film. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's so cool whenever it comes out to look up and see yourself. That is the neatest
Oh
thing.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. And then to pause the scenes, you have to pause it though, because background can go really fast.
oh yeah,
You got to get those screenshots. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, especially to have my grandson do a film, and that was his first film, and he's since done a couple of commercials, which is fun.
yeah. I'm trying to get my kids more interested in doing stuff like that because here in Fayetteville, they film everything over here. I live right by Pinewood Studios, probably 10 miles away. Tyler
Okay,
Perry Studios just opened up 20 miles away. And when
nice.
when we first moved up here, I was going to get out of medicine because I wasn't back on the ambulance yet. And I
Okay.
started cooking. I'm sure you know Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead.
Oh yes.
Well, him and Greg Nicotero own a restaurant in Sonoya, and that's 10 miles away from us. And I actually cooked for them, cooked for that restaurant when I moved here.
Oh, that's awesome.
You could actually see, you could throw a rock and hit the set of Alexandria from where we cooked at.
Oh, that's so cool.
That was really, really cool. I've still got my shirts from that job. I love wearing those.
Oh, I bet.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun, and there's a lot of chances for extras around here, and my kids just aren't really into it. And I'm like, come on, it'll be fun. You'll be in a movie. No, it's okay.
Yeah. Well, you know how, and this is an idea for you. This is how I got my kids turned on to the business. We did a 48-hour film project, and the boys were only, I want to say, 8 or 9,
Hmm.
and Brandon was like 11 or 12. And Brandy and Brittany were 16, 17, and everybody had so much fun. It's like everybody got to do a little of something different, There's sound, there's camera. And Brandon was taking pictures. He actually got some pictures of a ghost on that set. It wasn't even in the house. It was like on the curb outside Albuquerque, New Mexico. And in the series of shots that he got, you see this ghost with a baseball cap walking down the sidewalk towards the kids, and then sit down on the curb and just watch.
That
And you can
is cool.
see, yeah, you can see those images in the 12-year-old pictures. And I was like, wow, Brandon, you got a ghost,
That is awesome.
isn't it? Yeah.
Oh
So that was
man.
just our first 48-hour film project. And then so much happened. So that opened the world to me.
Oh man, that is cool. The way that I do these shows, I record and then I'll go back and I'll record the intro and edit that in. When
Uh huh.
I actually did a show with Stacy Toy, and when I was editing, I did my intro and then I put this on it. And when I do this, I'm alone down here. There's nobody in the basement with me. It's just me. No sound down here. She was at home alone too, and after my intro, you hear somebody say, "I can hear him." That was so creepy.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it wasn't her, and it was not me.
Wow. It'd be interesting if you get any feedback like that on mine.
I will
I have a
definitely let you know.
couple of family ghosts that actually live here.
Hmm. But yeah, that has always been so cool. EVPs are my favorite thing to get because you don't hear them. I've actually got a new recorder I'm wanting to ghost hunt with because you can put headphones on it and you can hear what comes in real time.
Oh wow.
So I'm wanting to test that.
Well, that would be nice.
Oh
That would
yeah,
be nice.
that would be cooler than the other side of my pillow
Yeah, it would be.
because you could
Oh,
actually.
one thing I got a story. I got a story for you.
All right.
We are talking about smudging and sage, and I mentioned that I had a couple of ghosts. Well, my father, I have his ashes. He passed away in 2014. Really amazing man, amazing career, great guy. And I told him these things when I was a kid, and he's like, "Angela, you're just crazy. Don't tell the wrong person that. They'll lock you in a nut house." I was like, "All right, Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do die, I'm gonna talk to you and you tell me if you can hear me." Now he's like in the background laughing because it's truth. So
Mm-hmm.
the story with the sage, I usually keep my spiritual things, kind of in a close environment. And my dad's ashes are in a case in my living room.
Mm-hmm.
And this was at a old house, and um, I had decided to put the sage in the case. Okay,
Okay.
now it's not necessarily to get rid of any spirit. I just was setting it there, right?
Yeah.
Not realizing that Dad didn't like it. It wasn't a matter of him being a bad spirit. It was a matter of him being a spirit, period.
Mm-hmm.
So every morning for like 3 or 4 days, I couldn't figure out why his case would be open and the sage was on the ground. And finally, the third or fourth day, picking it up to get ready to put it back, I heard him, I swear, as loud as can be, please put that somewhere else. Like, oh, okay. Sorry, Dad. I'm so
Nice.
sorry. I wasn't thinking. So yeah, the sage is in a drawer, far removed from his case, and he gets to rest without sage running around.
Oh man, I tell you, no, about the only thing I have here, I've got my brother's ashes, and he passed about 8 or 9 months ago, and he was a unique individual. We went a long time. We didn't see eye to eye, and we didn't talk for a long time, and but he introduced me when I was a kid to Leonard Skinner. That's some of my favorite music. I mean, our song, the first one I ever heard was the Ballad of Curtis Lowe, and
Nice.
when I actually did a show about him after all this to kind of air out the world. I believe in putting myself out there. And before the PA system I have down here now, I had it in my garage because that's where I cook at a lot. I've got my flat tops and everything out there, and my grill and my smokers by the back door outside. And I said, I'm just going to put his ashes up here on this speaker because he loved music. And it was so
Right.
funny. Whenever I would play Leonard Skinner, they would turn up some. It was weird.
Nice. Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Yep. I get that with my father too. It's Hotel California for Daddy.
Oh, love the song. Love it.
Yeah, Hotel California. He loved that one. I've got video of him singing it before he died, and I used it in a little memorial video I did for him after he died. It's
Hmm.
great. And also, I did John Denver's Rocky Mountain High.
Oh yeah,
That was
great
another.
song.
That was another one of Dad's favorites.
Great. I actually watched a movie about him not long ago. Chad Lowe played him, and it was good. It was really good.
Mm.
He was more than just that granola eating guy. He was awesome.
Oh, yeah. I don't think my life would be the same without John Denver's influence on my father.
Yeah, yeah. And I tell you, I got another story for you. Remember the days of burning CDs? Before,
Burning, yes.
yes, I sat at home one day and I burned one, and it was all legally downloaded music. It was no LimeWire songs on there at all, none. And
Right.
but I was just down one day, and I was listening to that song, and my mom died. Before I met my wife, right before I met her,
Uh huh.
and it just life was getting complicated. Everything just felt like it was on me, and I had that CD on, and the song, of course, Skinner "Simple Man" came on,
Mm.
which is awesome. But I didn't put that song on there, and
Ooh.
can't find it on that CD anymore. The songs I put on there, all of them were still on there. Just that one played, and that was so weird because it comforted me. And I
That's
always I
what you
always like to say
needed.
that was mom.
Uh huh.
So I definitely believe things are out there that we can't explain. I believe in aliens. We cannot be the smartest thing in all these stars and planets. There's no way in hell. If we are, it's doomed.
No kidding. No
Yeah.
kidding. I think this is a battlefield gone wrong or a testing ground. I don't
Oh,
know, but
I think we're like a
we
cosmic
cannot
ant farm.
do. I think the animals are more perfection than humans.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I believe in Bigfoot. Oh, yes.
Okay.
I do. I do. Um, I love watching Bigfoot movies, though. I really do. Bobcat Goldthwait, I found out a few years ago he's a director now. And
Nice.
it's funny when everybody first saw him, it was that guy. And,
Mhm.
he almost quit comedy over that character. He said, I was getting
Wow.
so tired of comedy, and then I realized I was tired of that character. And
Right.
he quit doing him and found his love again. But he does a movie, or it had a movie called Willow Creek. And it's on Amazon Prime, and it's a found footage movie, kind of like Blair Witch.
Okay.
But a couple goes out to Bluff Creek, California, where the famous Bigfoot footage was shot by Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin.
Okay.
And they're going out, the couple's going out there to, they want to film at that same site for the guy's birthday. Well, the first half of it is them interviewing all the people in town, all that good stuff. And the second half, they actually go into the woods to hike to it. And holy crap, it's good. It's
Ooh.
good. It makes the hair on my arms stand up.
Oh, nice. I will watch it. I do have Prime.
Yep, it is very good. Another good one is There's Something in the Woods. That one got me really good. They did a good job with that one.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, there's things we haven't found yet all over, and I believe in them.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. And like with the photos, you capture things. My head's always in the clouds. You know,
Mm.
I'm in deep thought. I'll look up and see amazing cloud formations.
Oh, yeah.
And I've taken cloud pictures for a number of years. A few years back, at that same house where Dad threw the sage out of the cabinet, um, I got some pictures of a spaceship and a series of them, and it moving around like super fast because I was taking fast pictures. Did not see the spaceship until I was looking at the pictures later,
Yeah.
and I showed my mom, and my mom's like, "Are you gonna show those? Are you gonna send those to anybody?" She's like, "You should send those in." I'm like, "Why? They know I saw them. I don't need to tell anybody else I saw them."
Yeah.
I tell the government, "Look, look, no, leave it alone."
Yeah.
It was a really pretty craft, but
Hmm.
it moved very, very fast. And then hovered too, so it was interesting. The shots were interesting.
Actually, there's no way we're the geniuses of this whole everything. No way.
Nope.
And
And building the pyramids and all that, yeah.
yeah,
There's been a lot of influence from outside.
yeah. And I tell you what's the most fun about doing any kind of ghost hunt or anything like that is, when you're going over your evidence after it's over and finding something like the spaceship or, I
Hmm.
ran an ambulance service when I was doing a lot of ghost hunting. So we would meet at my place at my office and go from there. At the end of the night, we would just go back out there and, everybody get in their car and go home. I'd go inside on my computer and put on my headphones and do a little bit of paperwork, things like that, and just listen to the tapes to see if I heard anything. And it was so cool whenever something would pop up. Like, what? Wait, let me rewind. Go back a little bit and hear something. And it's like, holy crap, I just got that. And just chills go down you
That
because you're in there alone at 2 o'clock in the morning listening to the ghosts.
is. Hmm. Now I'm super excited for you to re-listen to this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. Because it's going to be fun. I got the
Yeah,
feeling.
for sure. I got a feeling too. We talked about a lot of spiritual stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, I tell you, you're welcome on here anytime. It don't matter what it's about. If you want to call and talk, all you got to do is say, "Hey, fat boy, record," and I got the button right here.
Nice. Thank
Oh
you so
yeah,
much.
and thank you so much for being on here. And I want everybody out there to watch Clown Motel and everything you got coming up in the works. Because if Clown Motel 4 is being Indiegogoed right now, have we got
Uh-huh.
two and three done yet?
Oh, no, no. We're on. Okay, so Cloud Motel started with the short, and then we have Cloud Motel Spirits Arise, and
Mm-hmm.
now we're filming Cloud Motel to Death Do Us Part.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be more.
Oh, outstanding,
Yes.
outstanding. Well, that will work. And We're gonna go to. I'm gonna get everybody to go to Indiegogo page for the Clown Motel 4 and compatible, and I'm
Yes,
gonna.
it's going to be, yes, compatible finishing funds and Clown Motel Horror on Indiegogo.
Outstanding. And I will post links to those in the show notes too.
Thank you so much.
That way everybody can go on there and we can help get these things done because y'all do great work.